I wrote down the definitions. Now, it says here that a railway is a track. See? You got it. It's a track made of steel rails along which trains run. That sounds pretty novel, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm sitting here wondering, well, what the heck is a train? Anyone be able to fill me in on that? What's a train?
That's something that uses the railway.
Very good.
Good job. Good answer.
You think he heard one? All right, the crowd has spoken. You, sir,
Oh yeah.
get a gold star. Now, sometimes folks, they put them on their chest out of pride, but they don't sit there very well. It works better on if you have something rigid, like a camera, or maybe a mobile device, or one of them hard water bottles.
Here it is. I got a golden GoPro now.
There you go. He gets a gold star because it was good. It wasn't quite the mark I was looking for. Now you folks will be happy to learn that it says a train is a series of railway cars that are moved as a unit by a locomotive. That clears up all of those questions, right?
Yeah.
What about the Skyline?
I thought in his
There's
nose.
no locomotive in the Skyline. I keep my stuff.
So I've seen definitions that will also follow up with the phrase or an integral moment. So there you go. But now I need a definition, of course, of the word locomotive. Anyone got that one?
The power unit.
Power unit. All right.
For the train.
For the train.
For the train. Between the two of you, you nailed it. Powered rail vehicle used for pulling trains.
Right.
Oh man, I don't know. If we keep getting doubles like this, I might run out of stuff.
Sometimes.
There's one for you.
True.
Oh my gosh, you know I'm a retired teacher. This means a lot.
Well, I hope so. They tend to be
That works.
Tossed about.
Do you have a
Retired
Not
teachers?
appreciated.
Yeah,
No,
that's
the
true
gold
too.
stars.
Yeah,
Did you have a little tassel on?
You know I don't. Is that her new career?
No,
Teaching? No, she's teaching.
no.
All right. Now that we got that all out of the way, I've got a little story for you fine folks. Now that we know what a train is, and what a locomotive is, what a railway is,
Okay, about the driver.
now I'm going to give you a story about a fella. Yeah, got a story about a fella. Way back, y'all remember 1814?
So clearly.
Yeah, I was just born.
Ha! You look very good for your age, sir.
Yeah.
So, there was this fella who was a coal miner. Do y'all remember about coal? So coal, it's this stuff they would pull out of the ground and they would burn it as fuel, you know? But it was hard and filthy and dangerous work. And the men doing it, they'd get exhausted. And then the horses they got to help them out, they got exhausted too. And they were like, wow, what if there was a better way? And as luck would have it, there was this thing going on called the Industrial Revolution. You know, industry, and they started making machines to do human work, right? Seems novel, right? Yeah. Wouldn't life be easier if machines could do stuff for us? And now they've started giving the machines the work of thinking for us, right? Well, that's neither here nor there. That has nothing to do with the train. So
It might
coal.
someday, though.
I know. You know what? I think it does in places. Not
Yes.
this one though. Not this
Yes,
one.
not this one.
So this fella, he's a coal miner. He's like, this is too hard. And anyone ever hear this guy called George Stevenson? Because that was the coal miner. Rocket. Yeah. Were you here earlier? Oh man, the one who was here earlier in your seat knew about Rocket.
Food in the Black Country.
Oh man, you do this preemptively.
Oh, cheers.
Alright, there you go. So George Stevenson, while he was mining coal, doing all the filthy hard work, he's like, this is too hard. I would like it if a machine could do it for me instead. So he was working on designing a machine that could do the pulling of the coal out of the ground. You've all seen images of rails going into coal mines and the carts they would use to pull them out, right? And then
Indiana Jones.
they would sometimes pump them, you know, like in the cartoons. And they'd get horses to pull it out, right? That was their first innovation. It's like, we don't have to do it, a horse can. Hey look, Marty's here.
I heard there's free wine, so I came.
Story
Too
going
late. Oh, too late.
Mr. Stevens.
Captain, your bed's all ready for you, okay?
Thank you.
She said she's sitting in the corner.
Very good. And now Marty's part will take back over.
Oh, she's right here.
What was I saying? Machine that could do it for us, right? She was designing one. And then he named this machine Not Rocket, yeah. Any
Sylvia.
gander as to what he called it?
Sylvia.
It wasn't Sylvia. It was called Blucher. Yeah, doesn't that sound nice? Yeah. You ever hear about one of those guys who cuts meat, right?
Butcher.
Yeah, it's spelled the same way, but with
I'll be
an
right
L.
there.
Yeah.
I'll send her.
So I think I might be pronouncing that correctly, but maybe not. Sure, why not? Now, he designed this, and then in 1814 it went on its maiden voyage, and it successfully hauled 8 wagons of coal out of the ground, uphill at 4 miles per hour, which is pretty good, yeah? And those wagons, they weighed 6 darn tons. Imagine how much manpower it would have taken to move those. And instead, they just had to burn some of the coal they were pulling out of the ground. But they pulled out way more than they burned, so it worked, you know? And they didn't have to do it themselves, and they didn't have to have a horse do it. So now they could use the horse to feed